Hello beautiful twin flames, welcome by the Twin Flame 1111 portal. I hope you're all doing well. I want to explain about what the true meaning of the Twin Flame Portal is. The Twin Flames is the divine masculine and divine feminine within yourself coming into union, coming into balance, and to create a better world, to create harmony, stabilization, fruitation, support, harmony, curiosity, spontaneity, inspirational for each other. It's a co-creation. It's a divine alignment. So it's teaching each other how to be the best version of yourself. And sometimes that is not an easy part. It's not an easy journey, as we have two different people. And that's the masculine of action and the feminine of receiving. So if we want to look at this, if these two are in balance, the feminine and the masculine within yourself, and they are in harmony and in co-creation with each other, and they merge together, then we speak of a sacred union. And the sacred union is always within. And that's when that sacred union is there, the masculine, the feminine, but also the boy and the girl, you know, in union together, in harmony, in creation with each other. Divine sexuality will be there. And on that frequency, you're going to attract the divine union from the outside world. It's not about all about having sex. It's about a sacred unity from two souls that are merging and coming together and could create in the future the star children. It could be that they are lost lovers. It could be that one is still not born, not integrated yet in the body. So that the divine masculine is still in the fifth dimensional realm and is not awake yet. And as soon as he starts to learn about this journey, more awareness and more awareness will come into his system. And knowing about the Trinity of the Trinity of spirit, spirit of the feminine, spirit of the masculine, and spirit itself. That's the sacred union. So let's see what it is for the guys and the girls outside that already met their divine masculine, the sacred union, using that sacred union to create and co-create what they need to do here on this earth, on this planet. So okay, let's start with the divine masculine. What is in his mind space? Manifest. He wants to manifest the divine feminine in his life. It could be the manifestation of the feminine within himself and activate her in himself. But it could also mean that he is seeing her to co-create on this world, and is grateful for everything what's coming his way. So it could be the creation and the gratitude and the divine alignment that give him very joyful visions, because she is creating with him. She is doing their purpose together, their soul purpose. The twin flames most of the time have the same soul purpose. And if they're in alignment, they will meet, because the alignment is within the masculine and the feminine itself. So it could be that they're both on the same path, in different timelines, and they will meet when the time is ready, when the timelines are coming together. So he is manifesting her in his life, so they can co-create and be in this divine alignment with each other. What is in his heart space? Activating his blueprint. He's embodying Source itself. He's an embodiment from Source. He gets this inspiration, and his heart knows that he is ready. He is ready for this co-creation and divine alignment. And he is grateful for it. So he gets a lot of inspiration from the divine feminine, from the Source, from his heart space. He is bringing them both into union. And they are in union because that's his template. His whole journey was about finding himself, finding his divine masculine, finding his inner boy, his inner girl, and his inner divine feminine. His template in co-creation with Source made them come together. So he knows in his heart space that he is ready for this divine union with divine feminine, where he wants to co-create with. It can mean that when you're on different timelines, that there needs to that a shift needs to be made for this co-creation, for coming together, and it could be all kinds of things. It could be time. It could be the 3 and the 4 day, fourth dimensional realm needs to be merging. It could be that the higher realms, the guides, and everything needs to be integrated in his life before he can come into union with his divine feminine. Okay, how does he see the divine feminine? He sees her purity. He sees her angel. He sees you are pure. And he also sees that she has open spiritual eyes, that she's open, that her eyes are open, that she is awake, that she is this pure light, that she is accepting all other realms, all other beings as a part of herself, as a part of this world, as a part of this co-creation. Because she's co-creating with all the worlds, with the 3D, with the magical world, with the elements, with the guides, with the spirits, with the star seeds, however you call it. But she is in alignment with all of it. And that's how he sees her. Pure purity. It could be that she also wants to keep her purity. So it could be that she is walking a journey of celibacy to keep herself pure for her divine masculine, you know, in that sense of yeah. So she's waiting for her divine masculine to merge for the sacred union, sacred sexuality. She is not into having just regular sex or, you know, just have a go around. He sees that purity within her. Okay. How does divine feminine in the mind space? Oh my gosh, they're merging. The whale teaching. Their depth of experience will give healing to each other. So the divine feminine is healing. She is a whale teacher. She's a teacher of the sounds. She's a teacher of alignment. She's a teacher of healing. She is a mentor for the divine masculine and for the divine feminine. She shares her wisdom. And most of her wisdom is not hers. Most of the wisdom is channeled, or most of the wisdom came from life experience of learning, but not the learning of the normal way of the books. It's the learning of doing. It's the learning of seeing, accepting, opening the heart space, going to the heartaches, going to the journey. It's the journey of life that makes her wise, that makes her create. And she knows from all the other teachings that her inner knowing and her guides and her ancestors are helping her to create a better life. So she is a healer, and she's a wise woman, a teacher and a mentor for people around her. And she knows this. She knows this. And that's why she shines her light so bright. What's in her heart space? She's breathing in the sun. She is present with the energies. She's present with source. She's present with her heart. She is feeling what's going on in her body by checking out the vibrations. So she is going within. She also knows that her pineal gland is getting activated. And it's getting activated by the light codes, but also by the unicorns. And in this time of activation, and she feels this in her heart space because there's another vibration going on. You could get heart palpitations, or you could have a higher vibration into your body. And in this activation, she says, okay, in this time, I let go, I relax, and all what no longer serves me will go, because I don't attach to it anymore. So everything what you accept, let you go. So if you are in an acceptance mode of anything, and you accept what is going on, then that peace will let you go. So acceptance is letting go. Everything what you resist will persist. So everything what you accept will let you go. So that's the most beautiful thing that there is. Acceptance of who you are. Acceptance in your heart. That there are always heart connections. Connected on another way. Connected in an energetic way. And that bond never can be broken. Because we had already so many lives in the past, and we'll have more lives in the future. So we are the ancestors of the future. And to see that we are, our state, our spirit, will not die, that will move on to another realm, but will still exist. So be present with yourself in the now and listen to your ancestors. Listen to Source. Feel it all. Things that you reject or don't like, and you don't accept it, then it will persist in your life. So how does she see the Divine Masculine? As the dolphin baby. He is a Lemurian original. He goes with the flow. He is timeless. He is adaptable. He is free, and he takes time for you. He's taking time for the Divine Feminine. He's spontaneous, he's joyful, he is shining his light, walking his path, and shining like the sun. So you see it in his eyes. You feel it in his presence. So that's what the Divine Feminine sees about the Divine Masculine. And there is no time in his space. It's always now. So, and he's very adaptable. So he goes with that flow. If something doesn't work, it doesn't work. Then he says, okay, there will be another time. So it will be, he is free in that. He's a free spirit that walks his own journey, that walks his own path, doing the things that he wants to do. And he takes time for you, for the divine feminine. And he takes his time. He's not in a rush. Everything is okay. So that flexibility is the same as the divine feminine carries in her spirit. And I hear they're both free spirits. Okay? So that's how the divine feminine sees the divine masculine. What supports the divine masculine? His inner child will support him. He gets a new attunement to go within, to listen to his inner child, and be loving, and be a loving parent to his inner child, to this inner boy or to this inner girl. You know, there are both in there, both within you. And what does your inner girl need? And what does your inner boy needs? And for him or her, be a good parent. Because that's the twin energy, the youth energy of the twin flames. And we start already, when we are very young, we start to see which of the two are developed the most. The tomboy or the girly girl. And in that kind of environment, or in that kind of energy, you already see how the child will grow up. Maybe it couldn't be that the inner boy couldn't develop himself enough. So he gets more traits of the feminine than about the masculine. And in later time in life, he gets conflicted in his life. Who is he? I don't know who I am. Am I masculine? Am I feminine? I needed to behave this kind of way. And that's a programming. It was all a program. And now he is finding what will support him is go back to those two inner children to attune again and give them a new voice, and being a loving parent for that child, not being judged by himself. So how does he see the relationship and the union with the divine feminine? As a creation from source. The same source, the same template, the same soul, have the same unique expression. They have a flow of generations going through their body and through their veins. And there is a lot of joyfulness within them, in everything what they do. So this is a perfect match, a perfect union. And creation is flowing through them. That's why they can merge that easily. They understand each other without speaking. They feel each other. And they, one is doing this, the other is doing that, and they're learning from each other. It's such a exquisite and such a beautiful union. And that's how the divine masculine sees the divine feminine. that she is the other part of his creation. And that creation, that source, is bringing them together on the right time. Because now it's the 11th is the portal opening for manifestation, and it's the portal of the last phase of the unions coming in. So we are getting another portal, and that's the 11-1-222. And then they start another portal opening for the twin flames coming together for the first 3 months. So I hear a lot of twin flames will come into union. What supports the divine feminine? The angelic ones. Divine healing is upon you. Divine grace and divine guidance. Listen to the guidance. Listen to the grace. Take your time. Rest, relax, rejuvenate. Because they can't work with you when you're active. They work with you when you're in your dream time. They work with you when you are relaxing. They work with you when you're opening your heart space, and to let them in and go within. So it's the union is also upon you, the union of the spirit. So if you let spirit in and you let yourself healed, then it will support your journey to your divine masculine. How does she sees the union with the divine masculine? The Lemurian egg. She sees that he is from the Lemurian energy, that he's an original, and now it's time for him to rest and rejuvenate. So there can be an integration or reintegration of all the divine portals and potentials that are coming his way. So his divine potential needs more activation, and for that he needs more rest. He needs to rest so all the light codes can integrate into his system. And when it integrates into his system, it will flow. And in the union with the divine feminine, he feels his peace there. He can lay his head down, and they reintegrate together. And that's what the divine feminine with the divine masculine sees. And there are so many potentials of them together. But, you know, when the divine feminine sees the potential, there is one danger. That she's starting to believe in the potential and not what is in the now. So if you see progression in those potentials, and you see that they're living up to their potential and their true potential, then you can, and you see the progress, then you can move forward with this person. But if you don't see any progression, if you don't see just the potential that's within them, and they're not acting on it, and they're not getting the work done, and you see that they're working on it, then you can move on. Otherwise, don't fall in love with the potential, because that's the illusion. Okay? So, and what is bringing them together? The flow. Release all control. There is a divine will, the oceanic, the consciousness, diving deep into the water, diving deep into your emotions, feeling it all, feel the vibration, feel what needs to shift, the need to heal, what needs to be healed, and take your time in that. So no control issues, no control over the divine masculine, no control over the divine feminine. And just let it flow, how it flows. Don't think about the future. Don't think about what you would do when your divine masculine is there or your divine feminine is there. Because that's all from the mind game. And it needs to have a natural flow. It needs to come from the emotions and not from the mind. So the divine has his own will. The divine has his own timing. So be conscious with that for both of them. For the divine masculine and for the divine feminine, needs to be conscious in that. Okay. Let's get the other cards out. The Whispers of Love. One card, please. One overall card for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Oh my gosh, the union of the hearts. Wow, 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 wow. Forgiveness. Divine masculine needs to forgive. Two cards for the divine feminine. I take this one. And I take this one for the union. The love oracle cards. This is for both of them. This is too much. Here's one for the divine masculine. This for the divine feminine. I'll need another one. One card for both of the union. I take this one. Not too much, too much. Go on, said spirits. Go on. That's it. Okay. What's for them both? For both of them calls the union of hearts. The love connection defies explanation. A love connection defies explanation. I think the love connection that is coming from the heart is just explained by love, is just explained by the greater picture, is just explained by the greater good of all. So there is no explanation why two hearts are coming together, because it's source that makes that union. It's the explanation, what you can give to this union, is that the masculine finds the divine feminine's part within himself, and vice versa, and then attract that same energy into his life. So what is your frequency is attracting the person that you need to be with. So if you have a lower vibration, you will attract a lower frequency masculine. If you have a higher vibration and you walk a certain way or a certain path, and you have certain beliefs, on that frequency of belief, you will attract your divine masculine. Okay? So the union of hearts is here for both of them. So it could that they already met. You know, they already met each other. Oh my goodness. Sacred union for both of them. Wow. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it's truly sacred. This relationship is sacred. The person you already met in your life is meant to be. And this is for a general reading. It's not a personal reading. It's the general collective what is going on by the portal opening on the 11th. So honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. It's a sacred union. It's not a union of the mind. Okay. Divine masculine, forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to the past disappointments. It could that the divine masculine is disappointed in or had many disappointments in his life with feminine, with relationships, with other women, with other encounters. It could be that he needs to forgive himself for not taking the healing serious. The healing that is upon you at the moment, that will integrate also the forgiveness of yourself, that you were not aware what was going on in that time with you. Forgive yourself for the past mistakes. Forgive your divine feminine for hurting you. Forgive the divine masculine and the inner child within yourself, that you were not aware what you needed to do in that time. Most of the time, it's the unawareness that is bringing you to separation, that is bringing you in difficult situations. Forgive the difficult times in your life, because they were all a lesson, and it happened to you because you needed to learn. It happened to you because there was another path for you, another journey for you. It could be that you were resisting that path, that you were pushing that path away. And because of that, you made the wrong choices, the wrong connections. And from those connections or situations, you needed to learn. So let the past disappointments go. Forgive yourself. Forgive your divine feminine within yourself. A new beginning for the divine masculine. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams with passion. There is a new beginning, and it could be a new beginning of a relationship, new beginning of your life. Could be that it has to do with past disappointments, that you couldn't forgive, that you kept on holding on resentment. Let it go. You know, let go and forgive yourself for all the things you weren't aware of, or aware of and did, you know, to disrupt the someone else's life. Sometimes it happens on purpose, sometimes it happens unconsciously, but you need to forgive yourself. And then a new beginning can start. You know, forgive yourself for not being aware. Okay? And yeah, new beginning is ahead for the divine masculine. Perfect. So what's the card for the divine feminine? Miracles and blessings for the divine feminine. Everything has its gifts. Everything what's coming your way. If it's good or if it's bad. I always say, in the darkness and in the shadow are the most beautiful lights be found. So let shine your light brightest in the darkness and receive that light, because in everything is a blessing, in everything is a gift. And most of the time when you're in the middle of it, you can't see it. But it's there. It's ready to develop. It's ready to open up. And when there's enough light on it, you will see for yourself what the gift is. Okay? So in everything, what you see, what you feel, what you touch, what you recognize, what you get from spirit, everything is a blessing and has a gift in it. Okay. For the, oh my goodness, for the divine feminine. The divine feminine knew already that you were twin flames. And your passion ignites. The twin flames is already here. You already met your twin flame. It could be that you met your twin flame already years ago. And you knew it from your heart space. You knew it right away. Only the divine masculine wasn't ready at that time. That walked a different journey. And now that journey is opening. Now that path is opening. and you know it's your twin flame, and the twin flame will come together. Beautiful. I have a feeling Divine Feminine always knew who her twin flame was. She already knew way before he knew. She already felt it way in those soul recognitions were there before time and space, you know. And she remembers this soul. Embrace for both of them what will bring them together. Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Let all the emotions be there and accept those emotions. If it's the shadow side, if it's the joy, if it's the fun, embrace it all from each other. You know, just listen to each other. Embrace it. Be in harmony. Be in balance with yourself. And then you can accept more about the other person. It's about just being, sit still, and integrate. Yeah? So, be aware also when the masculine gets silence, then there's something going on. If he doesn't share his feelings with you anymore, that's a sign that something is off. Okay? And for the feminine, for both of them, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Well, guys, I can't make this reading up. You saw me, you know, getting the cards out. So all this channeling, all these beautiful answers from Spirit is a big blessing. A blessing of love that soon will come your way. Know that you deserve to be and to have all that your heart desires and truly desires. Because when you give your gratitude to all there is, then you also will receive all. So, wow, thank you, Spirit. What an amazing reading. Twin flames coming together. The portal is open. The twin flames, even if your twin flame is in the 5th dimensional realm, you know, you can still ask for him to come to the portal and integrate in your system. If you're not aware of your inner masculine or your inner feminine, and it's still in the 5th dimensional realm, make sure you're moving up to that 5th dimensional realm with your energy, with your frequency. And she or he will be there, joining you in your heart space. When they merge together in the heart space, and they're in balance and in harmony with each other, on that frequency you will attract your twin flame. If you want a separate or a private twin flame reading for your twin flame, for your masculine, let me know. My address is in the description box below. And thank you for watching my YouTube channel. And I'll give you all the blessings, all the love. And I see you next week. Bye-bye.